Okay, point and slope equations worksheet. We're going to do the odds together. So we'll be doing number 1, number 3 here on the bottom, and number 5. Now, in class, we said on the left-hand side, just get down to point slope form, and you'll be done. And on the right-hand side, get down to slope point form or point slope form, and then go ahead and change it to slope intercept form. Just for your benefit, I'm going to get all of them down to y-intercept, to slope intercept form. Okay, so every one of my answers went in y equals mx plus b form. And I'll point out when you need to do that on yours or not. But just to get the practice, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way to the end. Okay, so it says find the equation of the line given a slope and a point on the line. So they give us the slope. Here's number 1. Slope of the line is 5. That's my m. It passes through the point -3, 1. Now we know every ordered pair consists of an x and a y. So the first number in my ordered pair is my x value, or my input. The second number is my y, also known as my output. I'm going to try to zoom in so you guys can see a little better. All right, let's try that. So here is my, they want us to fill in, what is my point? Well, it's just -3, 1. I already labeled my x and y, and my slope is 5. So plugging into the formula, here's my m, goes right here, and that's going to be 5. My x of -3 is going to go right here. Notice the double negative. It says x minus -3, and we'll take care of that in a second. And then we plug in our y value of 1. The y goes right here. So it's a 1. So I'm going to rewrite it in point slope form, taking care of this double negative. So I have y minus 1 equals 5 times the quantity of, and just remember, whenever you have two negatives in a row, they make a positive, right? So it equals x plus 3. Now, that's all you need to do, and you're done. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way to the slope-intercept form, just so you can have some more things to look at for practice. I distribute my 5 here to the x and to the 3. That gives me 5x plus 3 on the right-hand side. The left-hand side remains unchanged, so I have y minus 1. To get rid of the minus 1, opposite math would be plus 1 on both sides. So I'm left with y equals 5x plus 4. That's number 1. Let's do number 3 real quick. The slope of the line is -4, and it passes through the point 5, -1. So my slope is -4. That is my m. My point is 5, -1. That is my x and my y. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and plug in my values. My slope always goes here in the one right before the parentheses. -4. This is my y value. That would be -1. There's a double negative there again. My x value is 5. It goes right here. So the thing to remember is, once you plug it in, the x and the y, they always switch signs. If I have a +5 on my point for my x, it becomes a -5 in the equation. -1 as my y, I plug it in, it becomes a +1. That's now y plus 1 equals -4 times the quantity of x minus 5. Again, this is the left-hand side. You can stop right there, but I'm going to go ahead and continue to get the final answer. I distribute the -4 here and here. That's -4 times x gives me -4x. -4 times -5 is +20. Okay? And that's the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, we have y plus 1. The opposite math would be -1 on both sides. So that gives me y equals -4x plus 19, because we had to take away 1. Oh, that's a little messy. -4x plus 19. That's really messy. I should have used a different pen. Sorry, guys. Remember, you could just stop right here at this step to get point slope. I went ahead and went all the way to the slope intercept. Let's do one more. Number 5 on the right-hand side, it's in the middle. Let's take a look. The slope of the line is 0. Interesting. It passes through the point 3, 5. So my slope is 0, my point is 3, 5. I have a 0 to plug in here. My 3, my x value goes here. My 5, my y value goes here. Now I can do the math, but this one's a little interesting in a good way. It's not harder, it's actually easier. Even if you're thinking, oh, I distribute. Yeah, you do, but what's 0 times x? It's 0. What's 0 times -3? It's 0. So you're left with a bunch of zeros over here, right? 0 plus 0 is 0. So you have nothing but 0 on the right-hand side, and that's a good thing. It's easy to work with. On the left-hand side, I have y minus 5. Now, if you wanted to just stop right here, that's your slope intercept, your point slope form. If you want to stop right there, it's acceptable. Okay, but like I said, I'm going to go all the way to the end. When I do plus 5 on both sides to get y by itself, y is now by itself, and 0 plus 5 is 5. So the equation of that line is y equals 5. And my question to you is, would it be a horizontal line or would it be a vertical line? That would be a horizontal line. If you're not sure, you can put that in the graphing screen of the calculator. You'll see a horizontal line. Okay? Second question, remember, or not a question, but a comment. Remember, this 5 is not your slope. Remember, the slope is always with the x. They gave us the slope. It's 0. That is your y-intercept. That's your b number. Okay? And those are the odds for the point and slope equations worksheet.